Watch and learn.
Hey, what's up guys, Sean Guy here, and today I'm bringing you some tips and tricks and hacks on Widowmaker you may or may not have thought about. So let's get right into it. And on to tip number 1. After just 1 month of the game's release, Widow's ability to quickscope was nerfed, and for a good reason. However, there's a current hidden mechanic behind Widow's scope that you should still know about. If you jump up from cover to snipe and you scope in after you jump, by the time you land you won't be able to deal a full 200 damage with a headshot. However, if you pre-scope and then jump within about half a second, by the time you land you will deal 200 damage. Now let's take a look at this in a side-by-side comparison. You can see that in exactly the same amount of time, proper scope timing increases your damage ever so slightly to enable you to kill. And on to tip number 2. Let me start with a question. Do you know the exact duration of Widow's ultimate? If you can't answer, then this tip is for you. It takes 0.5 seconds to cast and lasts exactly 15.5 seconds. If you memorize this number, you can gain an upper hand in Widow vs Widow duels. For example, if you hear the opposing Widow use her ult,
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
gauge how long it will last by glancing at your match timer and counting down 15 seconds. And while she has her ult on, I would strongly advise against peeking, and if you must do so, try hook jump shots to minimize enemy Widow's upper hand. And on to tip number 3. I'm definitely guilty of doing this one as well, but how many times have you sat at that one sniping spot until you either got out-sniped or got jumped on by a Winston and got zapped to death? After making a couple of shots, utilizing your grappling hook or simply running to another location, thus being unpredictable, is a fairly important thing to keep in mind. Now, I'm not saying abandon the best sniping spot on high ground to jump down and shoot from the floor. What I am saying is that there are so many decent sniping spots that being static in one place will probably make you ineffective, or worse, get you killed. Tip number 4. Besides using them in close combat situations, which you should try to avoid in the first place, what is the best way to use Venom Mines? I believe the best way to utilize them is to place them in flank paths where an enemy Genji or Tracer or Sombra might take. They can serve as alarms or location trackers to tell you if an enemy hero passes through a certain path. The good thing here is that even if the enemy simply destroys your mine, you still know that they're there. I'd love to hear about some of your favorite spots as well. Put it down in the comment section and I'll make sure to check it out. Last but not least, we are at tip number 5. This last tip isn't just for Widowmaker and applies basically to all hit scans, but I thought it would be worth mentioning. You see these basketballs in the spawn room? Use them for target practice. Try making consecutive shots on them and keeping them afloat. Their movement is fairly unpredictable after each hit, providing a much needed warm-up for your reflexes and aim. And that concludes the Widowmaker tips and tricks for today. If you have any other tips for Widowmaker or any suggestions on which hero you'd like to see in my next video or anything at all, please comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you enjoyed this video, or if you learned something, or if you just watched mindlessly, or if you think I'm just a scrub, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more Overwatch content. See you guys next time. Sean Guy out.